Hi, my name is Cris, Cris and Moreno from Dominican Republic. Yes, I was born and raised until I was 5 in Dominican Republic. And then the opportunity showed up to my parents, and my dad brought my mom and myself to New York at that age. Yeah, now about the education part. Yeah, I finished high school. I started college. But then when dancing was like, hey, here's an opportunity, I went. And to tell you a quick story about that, I really didn't like dancing at all at first. My first love is computer science. Yes, that was my thing. I am a geek to the max. I still love it. I'm not good at it. But I would like to see it. I would still try to learn something. But dance, it took over. I'm 33 years old. I've been dancing for a very long time. I started at 16. I started in an after-school program where my director at that time was like, hey, I know you're a good dancer. Long story short for that one, I was always in the back. Remember I told you I didn't like dancing, right? It was because my director at that time in the after-school program was like, hey, there's a program here for you. You could do dance while you waiting to go home. Because you know how you have the school program, this after you do finish homework, there's some activities. Yeah, I'm the one who wanted to do computer stuff, but they didn't offer that yet. You know what I'm saying? So I was in the room just chilling, and then she was like, let's go. So you know how the teenage age, you give that face like, oh my God, all right, let's try this. Right? So I tried it. I learned the first couple of steps. For me, it was easy. Why? At a young age, here we go. Going back, even further back. Yes, at a young age, since 5. Growing up, my dad's a musician. So the first thing I learned was playing the accordion. Yes, a toy accordion. So, but you know, those toy accordions have those sounds that's kind of similar to the real one. You know, as long as you make some rhythm, it's something, right? And then I started learning how to play more percussion instruments, la guira, tambora, la conga, la maraca, lo bongo, like all the bass instrumentals and the percussion instrumentals. I started learning how to play with all of that. Yeah, and then let's start skipping up now. I'm 13, 12 years old. I'm listening to more hip-hop music, all that crazy stuff. Because at a young age, all I knew was merengue and bachata. Yeah? I learned the music, but I never danced it, if that makes any sense. Yeah? So learning the music, family parties, family events, family coming to the house, we going to the other family house, and just playing instruments throughout the entire night and weekend. Music was just playing over and over. Bro, to this point, to right now, I'm playing music as we're talking. If it makes any sense, you know? I see everything as notes. But anywho, as time passes by, now I'm 14, 15, 16. This is where the program started. Now again, back to the program section. Now I'm in the program, I'm listening to the director, the teacher, explaining the steps. At this point, this is where everyone's beginners. So I learned the steps. I understood it. Yes, it was easy, but I understood it. Now I'm saying that it wasn't hard for me to repeat it all over again and not make mistakes. Yes, what I'm saying is the fact that I understood what he wanted to teach us. So then I started practicing here at home for a long time. I ain't go back to the program at all for like another 2 or 3 weeks, right? By that time, 2 or 3 weeks, you'd be advanced with certain steps, right? You should have like already like 4 steps ready for that last week. And then, you know, towards the 4th week, you should have at least 16, 32, until like 32 steps of you learning from the basics. So I came back. All I did here was basic. Right? So I came back to the class and I was like, let me learn the new steps. Oh, that's it? Okay. And I'm here in the back. I'm in the back. Like, I'm in the back. Like, no one can see me but the teacher and some students. I'm in the back doing the steps. Ding, 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 dang, 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 Susie Q, front of a cross. to the Q Plus. After everyone having a hard time struggling and whatever learning, one guy from one of the seniors was like, "Yo, but this guy haven't been here for a minute and he got the step. How?" From that point on, the teacher was like, "Yo, I knew it. Come over here." He asked me up. I show and tell a little bit. Of course, from that point on, the teacher saw that the potential that I had as a student/teacher grew. It's that he gave me an opportunity to teach. He gave me an opportunity to help him teach other Sweet 16s that he had that time. He had an opportunity to teach at his other school that he had that time. And from there, bro, that's where I started just going with dance. Now, at the same time I was doing dance, I was also doing my college stuff. Yes, I was still in college at that time. College dance. Oh, here comes to work. It was to a point that I didn't want to work in the job I had. I was working at Wendy's, and I didn't want to work at Wendy's at all. But then an opportunity came up in another after-school program from another mentor of mine. And he said, "Yeah, I need a dance teacher." I was like, "Sure, let me know what days and all that good stuff." And then that's where it conflicted with my other job. And for some, I figured it out, and I decided to just do dance. And from that point on, dance just took everything. And then I started learning different styles. In the midst of me learning my salsa more and teaching more, which I was about 17, 18, still in that same age frame. I'm sorry, I went back to the young age story, but at that timeline, I also was learning hip hop. Yeah, I first started learning before I started dance, bachata, and salsa in this after-school program on my own. Breakdancing, you know those videos they always sell online and those DVDs. Yeah, I got those. I have like three videos of those, and I also have 3 movies of the old school. You know, old school movies. I forgot the name of the movies. I can't forget the name of the movies, but they're all hip hop. Yes, they're all documentary. I think it's Rocksteady Crew. Rocksteady Crew is one of the hip hop teams, breakdancing teams that got me wild. Like I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." They're dope. Crazy Legs, yo, Crazy Legs is a old school breakdancer that all you see is legs going wild. But the person that I really felt like had a connection with, his name is Frosty Freeze. He's a OG breaker. Yes, when I saw the movies and I saw him, I was like, "Yo, I like his swag." And then next thing you know, my friends that was watching the movies with me and learning the breakdancing with me also knew that I was always, I was always infatuated with the artist that he is and his swag and the way he danced. And also at that time, my favorite color was blue. So they used to call me Kid Frost because of the fact that I was influenced by Frosty Freeze. And then time passes by, they call me Frost after a while, or Frosty. That doesn't even matter at this point. So just Frost or Frosty. Other than that, what else? And then after growing from hip hop, breakdancing, salsa, and bachata, you know, at a certain age, them both started kicking in for me, because them boys from Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? Them boy reggaeton. At a young age, I was started listening to reggaeton, but I never danced reggaeton. I always danced reggaeton in the parties. You know how that means. You know what that goes. Yeah, all that grinding, all that moving, almost like that. What is that movie? Dirty Dancing. You know how that in that scene that they always in the club scene, all sweaty and stuff like that. That's what it felt like for me when that's reggaeton in these parties back then. Yeah. Now that I'm able to listen to music a lot more because of the fact that I'm more so musically enhanced with all these styles in my body and in my mindset, that when I hear reggaeton now, I can connect it almost like telling a story. Yes, what the artist is saying, what is he feeling, what is she feeling.
Chopper.